You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
It used to be that calling a film a turkey was an insult. Nowadays, there's actually an audience for some of the worst movies ever made.
Baby, you are gonna go broke showing turkeys like these.
Now we're talking turkey.
Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
It's turkey time. Gobble, gobble.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode, a music-filled episode, if you will, of Let's Talk Turkeys. I'm your host, Movie Miss, and I'm being joined today by my lovely co-host, Miss Nikki Flicks. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
You ready to get your Grease 2 on?
Me. Yes, I gotta go back to school.
Oh, I'm so excited that we're covering this. Grease 2 from 1982.
Get ready for another term at Rydell High with Michelle Pfeiffer and Maxwell Caulfield. There's more romance and rock and roll in Grease 2.
It's a turkey, which is why we're going to talk about it. Rotten Tomato critic score of 38, audience of 53. And we'll delve into why we think that is in a moment. But I want to know from you, I fucking love this movie. I've loved it since the first moment I saw it way back in the 80s. What about you? Tell me about your love for this film.
Definitely. I was too young to be watching Grease. In hindsight, as an adult looking back at Grease, it's like, this is entirely inappropriate subject matter for kids, but it's wholesome. It's the 50s. It's Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. We were totally watching Grease as kids. And I loved it, loved the music, was totally here for it. When this one came along, it was like, okay, yep, Grease and Grease 2. In my mind as a kid, I had no idea this one wasn't held to the same, level of love, and regard as the original. I had no clue, and I thought it's every bit as amusing and great as the original in my mind. So yeah, I've always been here for it. I fucking dig it. I've been obsessed with Michelle Pfeiffer her entire career because of this movie.
So yeah, we have a lot to discuss about this movie. I remember it being more wholesome and less sexual than Grease. And on a rewatch, I'm right.
Yeah.
And that shocked me, honestly.
Totally. They talk more openly about sexuality, but they're doing it in a more responsible and evolved way. And there's a whole lot of let's get away from the misogyny and move into some feminism and some female empowerment in this movie, which I think might be why, in hindsight, as a little girl, this one resonated with me harder than the original movie did, because you've got the reversal of the genders with the characters of Stephanie and Michael compared to Sandy and Danny. So I love it. And this movie has a very special place in my heart because of that too.
And also, I love and always have motorcycles versus the racer cars. I'm Wild Bunch, not Rebel Without a Cause.
I agree with you.
You know what I mean? So this always has been a favorite.
Yep. There's something more fun and sexy about motorcycles, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm here for that too.
All right. So Rotten Tomatoes critic score of 38, like I said, an audience of only 53. And I think it's because this film coming out in 82 was fast-tracked because Grease was a hit. Crazy box office, crazy hit. And they're piggybacking on that success and The script they were filming, the script wasn't complete as they were filming. They were finishing it as they went along. You'll notice that Frenchie disappears about halfway through the movie and then just pops back up in like one scene later. This was crazy the way this movie was made. And I think the critics and some audience caught on to that and they said, this isn't Sandy, this isn't Danny, this isn't Cars. Like, what are you doing? This isn't Grease 2. This is something completely different. Wah wah. And they didn't give it a fair shake and look at it with objective, fresh eyes. They were comparing it to Grease the entire time.
Right. This one didn't come from a beloved Broadway show. This one was entirely a new conception based on the success of the original movie. So there's a lot to pick apart there, especially if you like the original because you like the Broadway show.
So this one was given a budget of 11.2 million and it only did 15.2 domestic box office. It was filmed over 58 days, mostly in California, directed by Patricia Birch, who did film versions of stage shows. She did a production, I think, choreography for the production of Grease on Broadway, if my research is correct. So I feel like they were in good hands with her. I think she did an excellent job with what she was given.
I agree. It shows. One, you can tell this was directed by a woman because, again, when we're talking about, and they maybe had a script that was in the works as they were going, wasn't too fleshed out, wasn't really secure. You can tell that they're really leaning hard into the feminism of the story and what's happening with these characters. I love that. You can tell someone who has an eye for stage production and choreography was at the helm. It shows. To me, the musical numbers, the involvement of these huge numbers of extras who are obviously great dancers, and the choreography, all that stuff is on another level in this movie that you did not see in the original nearly as much. It shows. This is a visual treat if you love your musical numbers.
Amen. And then the film was written by Ken Finkelman, who which this makes sense. He was distracted because he was writing simultaneously Airplane 2. So he was being stretched. So that kind of explains why the script was a mess. Also, I wanted to mention this film. I just need to throw out there, if you're listening to this right now and you're like, oh my God, Grease 2, I hate that movie. Please listen to our show here in its entirety. And I think we're going to be able to persuade you to give it another opportunity, another chance. Because this movie was produced, Alan Carr and Robert, I want to say Stigwood, who managed the Bee Gees. Alan Carr did Tommy with him on Broadway, as well as Grease for the stage and screen. This movie had people working on it who knew what they were doing. The music composed and arranged, majority of it by Louis St. Louis. I'm not sure if he goes by Louis or Louis, but who was a keyboardist. He also wrote Sandy for the movie Grease, as well as some other numbers. So this movie does something that I like my musicals to do. And I don't know if you feel the same way about this. I like my songs to move the plot along and tell the story, not just be a musical number to have a musical number.
Yes. I have a lot of notes during every musical number about either what a wonderful quality song this is. Like, this is a pop song that is catchy as hell and it is well constructed and great. Or, wow, are they brilliant with the way they're including character development and plot in these lyrics? They're so smart the way it's written. There are several songs that are a perfect example of that, to give you character arc and movement in a song. I fucking love it. I still maintain, if it weren't for the whole motorcycle thing, this movie would translate brilliantly, just as well as the original Grease does, to a Broadway stage. Musically, it is that good and entertaining.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. So top cast build for this is Michelle Pfeiffer, Maxwell Caulfield, Adrian Zmed, Christopher McDonald, and Lorna Luft, who is Judy Garland's daughter. I did not know that until I was doing my research.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
In the woman's voice. Boy, does she have a really unique and wonderful tone and timbre to her voice. And if you know who she is, it makes perfect sense.
So, fun side note about Miss Luft. Apparently, when she was cast in the role, she saw Paulette as a Marilyn Monroe type and went to get her hair dyed blonde, and something went wrong and all her hair broke off. So that's why she is obviously wearing that little blonde wig the entire film.
Mm-hmm.
I wondered about that.
Yikes. Yep.
Poor thing. But she's gorgeous anyway, so who cares? But Just side note. Also worth noting, this is Michelle Pfeiffer and Maxwell Caulfield's first leading roles in a film. Michelle Pfeiffer went on to do Scarface right after this. She did take singing and dancing lessons, knowing she was going to audition for this. So I love that she was just this fresh face. I can kind of sing. I kind of want to see if I can do this. I love her in this. I love Michelle Pfeiffer in this movie. I wanted to be her so bad.
Right? She has oodles of natural musical ability, and it shows. She's very raw and green. That also shows, but it actually lends itself to her character. She's charming as all get out, and she can just naturally carry a tune. She can naturally move her body. And in the years following, of course, we've gotten other brilliant musical moments from Michelle Pfeiffer. It is something she keeps in her pocket for sure, that she has musical talent. I just adore her, and I fell in love with her in this movie.
And then another side note for the actors here, apparently, and I found interviews from people, so this isn't secondhand, this is like from an interview. She and Maxwell Caulfield did not get along. And I will say, watching this, I would never have known.
No, they have really adorable chemistry, actually.
Agreed.
I think that they were both able to take whatever that was and translate it into shit that works for their character. And that speaks to, they're both very good actors who take what they're doing seriously. You can tell when there's supposed to be moments of push and pull between them that there's real tension. It plays like it's supposed to play. You wouldn't guess it's because they actually just don't like each other. That's interesting. They pull it off, and they appear to have good chemistry.
So we'll get to everybody else here as we go, but I do want to mention that the twins we see in this film are Liz Segal and Jean Segal, Katie Segal's younger sisters. Turkeyverse tie-in, Liz Segal was in Howard the Duck.
Oh, there you go.
In the band, in the movie. So she clearly is musical, as well as her family is musical, if you know that Katie sings.
Oh, yeah.
So that's fun. That's who the twins are. I guess they had a TV show in the early 80s that I sort of remember called Double Trouble.
I have a vague memory of that too. Yeah. Whenever they appear, I just call them the Doublemint twins. I don't know what else to call them.
They did do that for a while, though. You're right.
Yeah.
And then we had quite a few returning cast members, and we'll mention them as we go. And of course, the addition of Tab Hunter and Connie Stevens. I was over the moon to see some more like Back to the Beach familiarity.
Right.
Apparently, Annette Funicello was offered the role of Miss Mason. And when she was unavailable because Skippy wouldn't let her out of her contract to be in this film, they went to Connie Stevens, which good choice.
I agree. She's fantastic. She stands out in all the right ways.
Yes.
But interesting that we're tying yet again into Back to the Beach.
The Turkeyverse, yep. So then, okay, and last thing to mention is this film is supposed to take place, even though it's about 2 years after Grease, it's also supposed to be 2 years after the events of the movie of Grease. It takes place in the school year of 1961. So these people that are all seniors would have been like sophomores at Rydell and known the other Pink Ladies and T-Birds. So I thought that was fun. In fact, the writers were even going to make Adrian Zemed's character, Johnny, Danny's cousin. But they decided not to because Michael is Sandy's cousin, and they thought that'd be one too many cousins.
Yeah, would have been a little bit much.
Oh, so, okay, let's jump in. IMDb plot. A British student at a 1960s American high school must prove himself to the leader of a girls' gang whose members can only date the greasers.
Kid, that one needs some help. I mean, if you've seen the movie a million times, does all of that make sense? Yes, but it's a bit convoluted. You definitely took the long way around there. That's like one run-on sentence. I don't even know. No, that one needs help. I need to get on there and rewrite that.
All right. Our movie opens with a shot of the front of Rydell High, and we see, I love this, the returning characters of the principal and her secretary. So Principal McGee, that's Eve Arden, and Secretary Blanche is Dottie Goodman. And immediately you get nostalgia because you're happy to see them.
You hear the little Rydell theme song and you see them come out, and I adore Blanche. She's hilarious. She's so funny. She's such a fun character in the show and in the movie. So I love seeing both of them back. They really give Miss McGee a few moments of brilliance in this movie. So they're not just there for nostalgia. Like, they actually serve a purpose and make you laugh a little. I love how she gives the military salute to the Rydell flag. It's not the American flag, it's the Rydell flag. So silly.
So then this opening scene immediately turns into a song and dance number, during which we get rapid fire their introductions to the core cast. So smart.
It's a great way to set up. If you're seeing this, you're probably familiar with the original. You're going to know, okay, where are the pink ladies? Where are the T-Birds? You see the T-Birds roll up on the motorcycles. Okay, so it's bikes, not cars. Got it. You're just getting everything. And then while that's all happening, you're getting this super fucking great, catchy song performed by the Four Tops, I believe.
Yes, you are correct. It's called Back to School.
Every bit as good as the signature opening song from Grease. It's a wonderful song.
Like you said, the Four Tops are performing it, and then Louis St. Louis and Howard Greenfield, who also wrote for lots of people who had chart-topping hits, including Neil Sedaka, wrote this song.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun.
Yep.
It sets the tone immediately, I think.
Yep. And I love that they've really upped the game, and that becomes very apparent. Hundreds and hundreds of extras, all dancing in unison, all doing really great choreography. All these kids who are insanely talented, and they're giving it 100%. Every second, every student is on screen. They are in character, they're acting, they're doing something, they're doing the choreo. Like, you're like, wow, they're really going for it. Like, honestly, I can't recall many other musicals where it's like every single face, every single person in, no matter how far back they are in the shot, they're in it 100%. It's really great. And that's what I was saying about, you can tell the director has an eye for how to stage a musical number. It shows, and you're getting it immediately.
Yes, and we also see here returning student Eugene fall off the bus here. That's Eddie Deason. Love a nerd, and he's great. We get the pink ladies introduced, driving up in their pink car, as well as little 14-year-old freshman pink lady in training. I love it. Dolores, that's Paulette's little sister.
Mm-hmm.
How cute is she with her skateboard?
Pamela Segal. So she's gone on to do so many things. To me, she's always going to be a combination of this character, and then I still call her Cookie Smurf from Californication. She was one of my favorite things on that show. Like, she has gone on to have quite a career, and she's fantastic. And every time I've ever seen her in anything, I think of her as this character.
So then we also see next Miss Mason arriving. That's Connie Stevens. She bumps into the cheerleader twins, and that's the Segal sisters, as mentioned. Then we meet Michael, Sandy's cousin from Europe, getting off the bus here, and that's Maxwell Caulfield. And he is greeted by Frenchie, Dee Dee Kahn, who says, "Any cousin of Sandy's is a cousin of mine."
So cute. Just throw her in
her.
there. Yeah, get her in there right away. I love the way they're tying this to the original movie by doing that. It makes sense. It works. It doesn't seem convoluted and contrived at all.
Well, what didn't make sense to me, and my husband was watching like the first half of this with me, he goes, why is she back at Rydell after dropping out 2 years? She gets to come back and just take classes. And I said, well, she's getting her chemistry because she wants to do hair. And he goes, they give out chemistry degrees at high school? I said, oh, let it go.
She's going back because she didn't graduate. But would they really let you come back 2 full years later? No. Maybe in the 60s they were looser about that. I don't know. But now you have like 1 year to come back and finish. Otherwise you're done.
Yeah, that cracked me up.
She has to have a reason to be there, damn it. Just let it go.
I know. That's what I said. I'm like, just let it go. Just because movie. So then we get to see that Sid Caesar is back as the coach. And I, again, love him. I love all the returning characters. We get credits over this opening scene, by the way, this entire time. And then all the kids file into the school as the song ends and the bell rings. And to me, rapid fire, like I said, we meet everybody. We're in a good mood. We're happy. It's fast paced. Like, I don't see how you hate this movie going in. You can't.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. All these introductions to these characters. When the T-Birds come in, you're like, okay, hold on a minute. They leaned so hard into that whole people in their 30s playing high schoolers. Because when you watch the original Grease, you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Bitch got crow's feet. These people are supposed to be in high school, but you suspend reality. You're like, whatever. They're playing the character.
She needs
well.
hydrolonic acid.
The music of it's fine. We'll think that these people who are 30 are in their teens. That's fine. And then they leaned even harder into it with this movie, which I think is hysterically funny, particularly with the T-Birds, particularly with Adrian's Med. God bless him. To me, he's an attractive looking guy. He has charisma for days. He plays this character so brilliantly. He is comedy gold. All the T-Birds are. Wow, the casting of the T-Birds. The 4 of them together are fucking hilarious. They're like the 4 Stooges. They're so funny.
Let's talk about them for a second. So we have Adrian Zemed as Johnny. We have Peter Frechette as Demucci. Leaf Green as little Davy Jaworski, and Christopher McDonald as Goose.
Mhm.
And he looked the oldest to me out of all of them. But you know what's funny about what you just freaking said? When we were watching the movie, I paused it and gave that exact spiel
Yeah.
to my husband. I was like, they're leaning into the fact that these people, because in Greece, it made me not like Greece because I was like, are you serious? And
Right.
now it was like, fuck yes, lean into it.
This is the same guy writing this that was writing Airplane 2. So if that tells you anything, he leaned harder into the comedy and then saw how funny the casting of these people who clearly are not in high school as high schoolers was. Whoever did the casting was a genius to pick up on that. There's some comedy beats that can be had if you cast these older actors who've been through it and have that experience.
And Goose, Christopher McDonald, as
Oh,
soon as he
God.
walked on, my husband's like, shoot her,
Yeah.
McGavin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Goose is a ride or die. If you just through this whole fucking movie, he has Johnny's back to the extent where he's a fucking parrot on his shoulder, like backing him up every fucking thing he says and does.
Yes. He
Is
thinks
Goose
the
not-
sun shines out of Johnny's ass. It is so funny. Yeah,
It's the best.
The four of them in my mind are the best thing about this movie. They're all so amusing. They all play so nicely off each other. Every second, even if they're not on screen but not doing anything, they're totally in character and they're doing things, reacting to things. Like, it's just a level that you don't necessarily see in every musical or in every movie of that time. And it's little details like that to me, I'm like, how do people not see that this is fucking brilliant? Like, every little detail is just being paid attention to, and I am here for it. I absolutely love the T-Birds. They're my favorite thing about this movie.
So now inside, we get a quick scene at the lockers where Stephanie, that's Michelle Pfeiffer, reminding Johnny that they are broken up as a couple. They are no longer together. And it's clear that Paulette has goo-goo eyes for Johnny, which is really cute. And Eugene is showing Michael around.
Speaking really slowly to him because he's not from America.
Yes. And we see they have a run-in with T-Birds, who are sort of rude to Michael. And then he gets a quick interaction with Stephanie and clearly is smitten with her. Then we cut to Miss Mason's class, where Michael gets introduced as the new student from England. And it just gave me flashbacks of school when that happened. And everybody has to go, hello, Michael, when there's a new student. And it's so embarrassing.
But they all do it like she says it, because she has this little like chirpy bird voice. Hello, Michael Carrington. The way they all mock her. And oh my God, it's funny. Like I said, to me, there's better comedy beats in this movie than you got in the original Race.
Yep. And then the principal makes her morning announcements. Where just picturing Blanche doing the little
ding, 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 the way she won't fucking stop. And yeah, like the running gag of that carrying over from the first movie into this one. So funny. And then the same running gag of Miss McGee accidentally giving you double entendre with what she's saying. So smart that they repeated that as well.
But basically the takeaway, yes, from the morning announcements though, is that there's going to be a talent show and the winner gets 100 record albums and everyone gets real excited about that prize.
Ooh, yes.
And what is one of the T-Birds calls them
albumins? Yes, he wants 100 long playing albumins.
So funny.
Yep.
So now later out on the field outside, Frenchie and Michael are talking about how their first week has gone at Rydell. Michael asks Frenchie about Stephanie, and she has to point out that she only dates T-Birds, so don't look, don't touch. And then you want to talk about old. Here come the 35-year-old Scorpion biker gang from the first movie.
Exactly.
God bless him, Dennis Stewart as Craterface. I love him. Balmudo, I think his name is in this.
Right.
Oh my God. And does he not look like he's 35?
I would love to know why a bunch of dudes who are clearly over 40 riding motorcycles are allowed to roll up on the high school track. Like, they'd all get arrested. What the hell? But maybe it's because most of the high schoolers are in their 30s. So there you go.
So the T-Birds come over to confront the gang. They want to look tough and defend their turf. But Johnny's clearly a coward. You can tell.
His body language and the way he's like turning around and bumping into, and they're like pushing him forward. And when his voice cracks, oh my, okay. So clearly, I don't know, I should have checked, but clearly the dude's like maybe 32. when he's filming this, right? A grown man that old to make your voice crack like that, that's actually really hard to do. And the way he does it tonight we bowl. Yes, they have priorities. They don't have time to mess around with these hooligans because they got to go bowling tonight.
Got a bowl at the Bowl-O-Rama.
Yeah.
Yes. So now we cut to a packed bowling alley, complete with a lane of nuns in full habits.
They're just having a night out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the nuns? I don't know. Watching Goose run all the way up to the end of the lane before he lets his ball go. What a dick.
We learn also in the scene that Johnny is hooking up with Paulette, or wants to hook up with her. He doesn't want to date her like Stephanie, but he wants to hook up with her. Everyone starts bowling and dancing now, and the song and dance in the scene is Score Tonight. And again, Louis St. Louis, Dominic Bugatti, and Frank Musker, who wrote songs for Air Supply, Sheena Easton. This song is so contagious and fun. I couldn't stop tapping my feet.
Yep. You want to dance along. You want to sing along. I challenge anybody who has seen this more than once to go bowling and not think of this song. Anytime I talk about or go bowling, this is what I think of. The double entendre. It's so cute. It's so tongue-in-cheek. It's performed so well. It's shot so well. Broadway caliber with the choreography and the cast. All these extras who were involved in this movie, they are just slam bang giving you a real Broadway show. It is so fun.
So this is actually sung by the cast that's in the scene. They recorded the song. And I love that midway through, Adrian Zemed gives that glass-shattering high note that would put Mariah Carey to shame. I laughed so hard at that.
I have to say, yeah, vocally, Adrian Zemed is 1,000% a Broadway caliber voice. He puts these other people to shame. Michelle Pfeiffer, she's great, but man, oh man, that guy, to me, this is a better moment for him than any moment we got out of John Travolta in Grease. I feel like it is like, holy shit, what a performer. And this song is so goddamn cute and catchy.
So outside, it's nearing the end of the bowling time, 10 o'clock-ish, but Michael is just now rolling up to want to join everybody. The gang's leaving, and Stephanie, out of the blue, because she gets this childish dare from jealous Johnny to kiss somebody, so she just walks up and kisses Michael as he's coming in and totally catches him off guard, which I get why they did it, but they didn't need to do it because Michael already has a thing for her. We didn't need to add this little insult to injury, I guess. I don't know.
She's trying to prove a point, and she's trying to do it within the bounds and rules of how their stupid little clique and gang and rules and all that stuff. Like, she's trying to say, I can kiss whoever I want to. You don't get to tell me who I can and can't date. It doesn't have to be one of you. It doesn't have to be anybody. I can kiss whoever I want. I'll kiss the next guy. I'm with her. Go, bitch. Do it. However, when it turns out to be someone that you go to school with, I maybe would have stopped and been like, well, I'm not going to kiss him, but I could if I wanted to. And I would have walked away, like, but she's like, now that I'm in it, I got to go for it all the way. Like, oh shit.
So as everyone's leaving, little Dolores, Paulette's sister, who is on her skateboard. And at first, I have to admit, when I first saw her, I thought she was maybe 11, but it turns out she's a freshman. So she's got to be at least like 14.
Yeah, but she looks like she's about 14, 15, but
young.
puberty's taking its time, clearly. Yeah.
She bonds with Michael as he sweetly offers to walk her home because they've both been jilted by, everybody. Mm-hmm. And she tells him, you need to be a biker or a biker's old lady. That's how it works here.
Yep.
And I like that as they're going off into the, night, we hear the voiceover of them talking, and she's ranting on and on about what it's going to be like when she's in the 12th grade and she's the head of the Pink Ladies.
I would have loved to see that. Where is a moment that's taking place in the mid to late 60s when feminism was everywhere, when women were starting to realize, wait a damn minute. I would say there should have been a third movie taking place in that period of time with this little bitch running the show and saying, you know what? Screw the pink. I actually prefer black leather, and I like motorcycles too, damn it.
We're going to circle back to that, I promise. So we cut now to school, where we meet the substitute teacher, Mr. Stewart, and that's Tab Hunter. And he's substituting for Mr. Spears, who had a nervous breakdown and for his nerves and had to leave school. Mm-hmm. And then he came back and he makes it through the first 3 minutes of class before he has another breakdown.
Yeah.
The pills are like falling out of his mouth as he's
Right.
so we got Mr. Stewart. Miss Mason gets all flirty with him in the hall, which is so cute. I love it. But it's subtle. I mean, as far as she doesn't throw herself at him, but she kind of makes it apparent she's into it as she's leaving.
The way Miss McGee looks at her, like, oh my God, put those things away, lady.
Oh, and then out in the hall, the T-Birds discuss winning the talent show because they really want those albumins.
He wants those Roy Orbisons.
And then later at the talent show tryouts, Michael has been roped into playing the piano by the twins. They approached him earlier and begged him to do it. So the Pink Ladies are practicing for their audition here, and Michael asks Stephanie if she's free after school. And her response is something that I use all the time with people. Go ahead, give us Stephanie's response.
Yep,
When he asks
I'm
her.
free every day. It's in the Constitution. So good.
Okay, so this is really funny. I've seen this movie upwards of 200 times easily. And I never noticed this until this viewing because I was paying eagle eye attention. When Michael sits down to start playing the piano for everything, Dolores comes in, little Dolores, and she sits next to him. And she's all, how's it going? And he nicknamed her Woodchuck or something. He's all, how you doing, Woodchuck? And they have this cute little interaction, right? And then we go to the performing and then we cut back and Stephanie and the girls are there and Dolores is gone. And there's an ADR, a voiceover of her, if you listen, saying, I need to get out of here and get a smoke. I backed it up and I went, what? What is that? Because I have really good, like 4K good sound TV now. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I figured it out. It's because they're trying to say she's leaving.
Right.
But she's not even there.
It makes me laugh because the whole thing is she sits down and it's the Doublemint twins out there doing their little song. And she's like, oh, what's going on? And Michael's like, Brad. And she's like, oh, hearing that song made her need to leave for a cigarette.
It's hysterical. I'm like, where the fuck did she go? Stephanie now tells Michael in song that she wants a guy on a motorcycle. And this is Cool Rider, performed by Michelle Pfeiffer and written by Dennis Lind or Lindy, who wrote for people in Nashville, Elvis, the Dixie Chicks, lots of people in Nashville. This song, again, giving it a fair shake, so fun. I wanted a Cool Rider so bad.
This is a really well-constructed song. It's suited to her voice. It's very catchy. It sounds different from the other songs in the movie. It's definitely, she's owning this song. This is her character's song. It's awesome. This song could play on the radio. Like, it's a fucking great song. It really is. Whoever wrote that, you can tell they have an ear for, I'm going to get an earworm going here. Like, this is, you're going to be singing this as you leave the theater. Like, holy shit, it's great. And I love that it does move the plot. She was trying to turn him down and he just kept persisting and she wasn't being clear. The problem is you're not my type. She didn't want to hurt his feelings. So how am I going to tell you? Well, I'll lay it out in a really catchy song. There you go.
As one does.
As one does. I know I do.
I'll be holding on tight to a cool rider, a cool rider. If he's cool enough, he can burn me through and through.
So the song concludes as T-Bird DiMucci approaches Michael and asks him to write an essay for him for cash on the fall of Rome.
Because he didn't even know they were in trouble. I love the little bits of comedy with the T-Birds. It's my favorite thing in this movie. This whole setup of them trying to pay him to write papers for them. It provides so many little giggles for me. Like I laugh so much at these little moments.
Well, Michael jumps at the opportunity to earn some cash because he has now decided that he needs a motorcycle if he wants to book Stephanie.
Oh, that's the kind of guy you want? Challenge accepted. I love that. He is in the Sandy position of needing to alter himself to fit what she wants. I love that flip of the power to the woman in the situation. And I like that it's not like, oh, I need to do something totally out of character and completely change who I am for you to like me. It's more like, okay, that's something I've never thought about, but I sure do think those guys look fucking cool. Maybe I want to be like one of them. It makes more sense for him to want to change than it ever did for the Sandy character to suddenly smoke cigarettes and wear spandex. Like, what? This actually makes more sense.
I'm going to flat out say it. Basically, Sandy had to be slutty in the end, go from good girl to slut.
Yeah,
and he's not doing that.
Yeah, she had to go completely against who she is as a person.
Yeah.
He is like okay, well, maybe I could get into the whole wearing leather and riding a motorcycle thing. I'm smart. I want friends. He showed up at the bowling alley to make friends, not
Yes.
to find Stephanie. So it makes more sense. To me, this is more wholesome. It's more acceptable. It's a healthier plot happening than what we got in the original Grace.
100% agree with you. So then we cut to a quick shot of DiMucci showing up at Michael's bomb shelter to pick up his paper. So now we learn that that's Michael's little hideaway place. Then we cut to Michael getting paid by Goose and Johnny individually for their homework assignments.
So it's so funny. Oh my God, the exchange he has with Johnny. Adrian's med, fucking comedy gold from him in this moment. The way he slips him the cash and grabs it and sticks it in his jacket, and he's trying to look around, trying to make sure he still looks cool, fixing his hair, and I got a rep to protect. Nobody hears about this. Like, oh my God. And then he whips out the paper and he's like, well, that's really nice. Oh, that's nice penmanship. Yeah. Nobody hears about this. Like, he's so funny. Can you tell I've also seen it hundreds of times, people? I didn't even write that shit down. I just know it.
I love
It's
that every
great.
single one of them says, hush now because I have a rep to protect. Like,
Got a
they're
rep
all
to protect.
so
Yeah.
concerned.
I can't let anyone know that I'm trying to get good grades. What? You could just say he's tutoring you. What? Like,
Right.
Just never mind.
So now we cut to substitute Mr. Stewart in biology class, where everyone sings and dances to the number Reproduction. And that's Tab Hunter and the cast in the room singing, written by Dennis Lind or Lindy. And my favorite thing in this is a T-bird. It's Goose. And he even gets the final, where does the call go?
Yeah, right. This song is so tongue-in-cheek. I love what they're doing with this song, where it's like, let's stop shying away from the fact that you're sexualizing teenagers. That's why we have 30-year-olds playing them, because this story's a little problematic. Who wants to see a bunch of teenagers in high school being sexualized all the time and talking about sex and going all the way and hitting a home run? Like, that's what the original story is about. That's you had a pregnancy scare from one of your teenagers. Thank you. It was Stalker Channing, who's not actually 16 years old. Otherwise, that would have been problematic. Go ahead and talk about it. Whoever came up with the idea for this scene in this song is like, we're talking about teenagers learning about sex. Let's fucking just say it. It's so
and
smart.
Even in the lyrics, when they're menstruation, it's so fun and funny that you can't be offended by it, I guess.
Exactly. And they're talking about, like, the girls want to know, like, should the guy always have to walk around carrying protection? And guys are going, well, can't our girl just do the math and figure out if she could get pregnant or not? This is stuff that teenagers actually need to know. The fact that they were saying that, okay, so this is supposed to be in the 1960s and they're actually saying it in the early 80s, it's still pretty fucking progressive. No wonder there's a woman at the helm of this thing. It's smart. They're really pushing the envelope with what they're trying to say. I love it.
So then after that number, we get to see Michael now. He's earned enough cash. He's picking out his fixer-upper motorcycle, and he's going to put in the elbow grease, pun intended, and he's going to throw on those overalls and repair it. He's got a book. He's learning and doing the work. He's invested. He wants to be involved and learn about this. It's not like he's just fixing his hair and makeup to be a different person. This is like a lifestyle thing that he's choosing he wants to do, like, as a hobby. And it's got, I mean, multiple reasons why he's wanting to do it, I guess, not just to impress Stephanie.
There's a huge difference between, I need to alter everything about who I am and how I appear to attract you. And okay, so that's the kind of person it takes to get someone like you. Well, maybe I would like to be that kind of person that can attract someone like you. So let me go put in the work and see if I'm into this. And I'm smart and I'm going to put myself and apply myself into this and see if it's going to work for me. Because if I end up attracting someone like you, then that's what I wanted. And hey, I have a new hobby. Okay. There's a big difference between that and what happens in the original film.
So then later we have more talent show auditions, and Miss McGee introduces the T-Birds.
The T-Bones.
Yes, that's
because
exactly how
Lil Miss Mason is so into the little prep squad with their little Letterman sweaters singing Mr. Sandman. These are my boys. Yeah. Oh, they're so clean cut and all American. Yeah. And then out come Johnny and the gang, and she's like, oh, these are my boys. I love that Miss McGee's like, maybe she grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, so she feels has a special soft spot for Johnny and the gang here. And it's obvious because she's like, oh, they're my boys. Watch my boys come on out.
I
then
love it.
He, at the end, when they tell him, okay, that's enough, get out of here. He's like, oh, my mom wants you over for Paschetti to Miss McGee. And she's like, oh, wow, I get to go over to Johnny's house. Like, so funny, this little interaction between them. It's not necessarily the plot at all, but it's really amusing.
It's cute. So then next up, we get this little montage of Michael practicing riding his bike, the girls practicing for the talent show, and the T-Birds finding out that they made it into the show. And Eugene in this cracked me up because he's got the list and he's standing there with the T-Birds and they're all excited they made it in. And he goes, well, everybody made it in. There weren't enough acts. And they get pissed and chase him.
Well, because Lil Davy was saying it, like, what are we going to do? We don't actually have talent. They're just getting up there and squawking lyrics to a song. They have no idea. They're not even trying. They're not trying as hard as someone like, oh, Michael is. Maybe put in a little bit of work before you reap the rewards, huh?
Cut to nighttime at the Bolorama, where Dolores arrives on her skateboard and sees that the leader of the Scorpion bike gang, Balmudo, is sitting out front all by himself.
They're not a gang, they're a club.
Whatever.
Knock it off.
This isn't Sons of Anarchy, damn it. Although they're old enough to be.
Right.
So she goes in and tells everybody, oh my God, he's out front, he's by himself. And the T-Birds are like, here's our chance.
Right, because there's only one of them.
Cowards. So they get outside and the whole club has now arrived.
No shit. And the time it took Johnny to comb his hair and light a cigarette, they all rolled up. And I love how they get outside and he's like, comb again. He's like, shit. Oh, what are we gonna do? Just comb the hair, and Balmudo's just like at him, and he throws the comb, and they all run. It's so funny. Like they're the Four Stooges. It's ridiculous.
I'd be afraid if a grown man was gonna kick my ass too.
Right? I know.
So they go back inside, and then Lil Davy ends up coming out, and everybody else is gone, and Balmudo shoves him or pushes him down. And here comes a mystery man on a motorcycle. Black jacket, black helmet, black goggles, so you can't really see who he is. We know it's Michael. And kicks Balmudo, knocking him down or into his bike. And of course, this cues the next song number, Who's That Guy?, sung by the entire cast. And that's again, Louis St. Louis and Howard Greenfield, who did Back to School together. So another great song that clues you in on what's happening in their heads and in the plot.
Yep. Very, once again, catchy and charming. This song will get stuck in your head.
Oh my gosh. When there's shots of everybody on the cars, after everybody comes out to see what's going on, the Scorpions are chasing Michael around this small parking lot, which I don't find plausible, but it's still fun. And everyone's on the cars watching and they're like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? And there's like shots of they're backlit.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's like such a, I don't know, I just want to be there. I want to be in so many scenes in this movie.
You can tell that the decisions that were made for the costuming, all the casting of these extras, it was all done with a lot of consideration and a lot of heart, and someone who understood how to stage a musical. Like, they made really good decisions when it comes to staging these musical numbers, and it looks like something you would see on a Broadway stage.
So the takeaways from this scene are basically that the T-Birds, during the song, you find out the T-Birds don't like the mystery man. They're jealous and intimidated. Michael thinks he's God's gift, and he is suddenly a motorcycle wizard, which I thought, how much time has passed that he's this good? And then the Pink Ladies, especially Stephanie, are wowed by this mystery biker and impressed. The whole thing, to me, the way it plays out is utterly ridiculous. Like showing him jumping over the cop car in this little teeny tiny parking lot, and the Scorpions can't catch him. Like, really?
It at moments is an incredibly slow speed chase. They're rolling along. I don't even think the engine is running. They were literally just rolling, and then the bike just tips over and they fall. It's because they only had about 10 feet of space to work with. Like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't work, and it's kind of silly. But again, let's think about Grease. And if you've ever seen the stage production, the way that they are able to give you a car chase that is quite anticlimactic and doesn't actually involve cars racing, like it is what it is. At the end of Grease, the movie, they added in, oh, by the way, their car can fly now. So once we have flying cars, everything's out the window. Yes, Michael learned how to jump his motorcycle over cars. That's fine. Let's just go with it. He's Evel Knievel. Fine.
Side note, because we're never going to talk about Grease on here, probably. What is your theory on that ending? Is it that Sandy in the beginning drowned and this whole thing is a dream and that's why the car can fly at the end?
There's so many conspiracy theories.
No, seriously. Like, what do you think? Do you think it was just some cheesy thing they added, or do you think it means she was dead?
No, I think people are thinking way too hard if they think that. I honestly think they were like, we just really need to give them there needs to be some kind of punch, some kind of really great send off for these two characters. Somebody just sitting around probably smoked a doobie and went, huh, what if the car could fly? Like, that's it. That's literally all there was to it. I don't think it's any more complicated than that.
Okay, fair enough.
The shit with the motorcycles is more plausible than that was. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a universe where 30-year-olds are in high school and cars can fly. So why not have a low speed motorcycle chase where he magically learned how to jump like Evel Knievel? Fine.
So the cops show up. Michael takes off, jumping over one of those cars, leaving Stephanie drooling over him after he's offered her a ride. And poor Johnny watching this take place. And he's clearly so butthurt. He's like, so sad.
He needs to get over the fact that he wants her, but she don't want him. She's obviously made that abundantly clear, and he needs to get over that. It's not about Michael or whoever the mystery man is. This is about your ego, buddy.
Good point. I've always thought about that in real life. You just made me think of something really funny that comes up a lot when I'm watching TV and movies. When there's two men, quote unquote, competing for a girl. And I'm like, well, who does she want? Because you're not really competing if she picks one of you and doesn't want the other one. Men are like fighting over a woman. And it's like, well, let's let her pick.
Yeah.
She's picking. She doesn't want you. She wants the other person, whoever it is.
She decided she didn't want him long before she knew this other guy was even around.
This is true.
There are two separate decisions.
This is true.
I decided you're not for me. I decided this guy might be. Those are two separate decisions. Get over yourself.
So now we cut to Frenchie telling Michael she's heard the scuttlebutt around school about what happened last night at the Bolorama. And it's so cute, and I wanted more scenes with her.
She's a little gossip queen. I love it.
Yes, we needed it.
She's got her ear to the beat. She knows what's up. Yeah.
So they get interrupted when, for some weird reason in this empty class, I'm guessing it's maybe lunch hour or after school, Stephanie and the Pink Ladies come in randomly to the chemistry room for no apparent reason.
They're friends with Frenchie.
It's
They
just
hang
weird.
out with her.
I'm like,
She's still an honorary Pink Lady. She's part of the club.
oh, this is true.
Yeah, they're friends with her.
So Michael chickens out his opportunity here to tell Stephanie that it was him last night. And then we get a scene of a nuclear alarm drill at the school. Blanche, when she's got the helmet on and she's doing the alarm, the hand crank alarm.
She's like crying. It's so loud. Bitch, you are not supposed to run that thing for 5 minutes with your ear right next to it. Like, put in some earplugs or something. What are you doing?
It's such good comedy.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And then we cut to DiMucci taking his Pink Lady girlfriend, Sharon, and that's Maureen Teefy, to the bomb shelter for a date to basically try to get her to sleep with him. So we get the song, Do It For Our Country, and that's Peter Frechette and Maureen Teefy singing. However, she wasn't available at the time they recorded it, so her voice was dubbed in later. But it feels seamless to me. And that's written by Rob Hagel, who also wrote for Air Supply. So again, great song. I don't care for the fact that he's trying to trick her into having sex with him.
It's problematic. Thematically, this is a problem. It's a little gross, but you get whoever was writing it and came up with the plot and the lyrics and how do we tell a story like this through a song and make it not make you want to punch this guy in the face. Her misunderstanding what he's saying and thinking he's talking about joining the military. That actually makes it really adorable. I mean, what teenage guy isn't walking around and their goal almost all day, every day is I need to get laid. They
are a walking hormone.
And I love that he doesn't touch her inappropriately. And he's trying to get her to consent. And he thinks she's consenting, but she's saying, let's join the military. And then at the end of the day, nothing actually inappropriate happens. And she walks away and leaves him embarrassed in front of his friends, as he should be. Yes. So really, it's like, okay, it kind of redeems itself because nothing comes of this. And, she's in control here. She didn't consent. And that's the end of that.
So then after that scene ends, we cut right to Stephanie during the next day, I guess, working at her parents' filling station or gas station, where Michael shows up still as the mystery man. And she hops on the back of his motorcycle, leaves mid-shift. So irresponsible.
The irresponsible part is not putting on a helmet. She is climbing around him like a cat, like Catwoman.
That is the one thing that my husband said was, if this movie was made today, the PC police would have made them all wear helmets the entire movie.
Yeah, that is wildly irresponsible, Miss Stephanie. You're gonna give yourself a pretty serious head injury. But it's adorable. Like, oh, she's so excited about him, and you're imagining what he must be feeling. Like, oh my God, she's really into me. She's paying attention to me. Like, holy shit, it's so cute. And the music, the scored music, the instrumental music, that slower version of Cool Rider that's playing as you see them kissing and the sun setting, and it's really cute. It's just a nice little scene. They constructed this very well.
And side note, in my research, this will make you cringe with the whole no helmet, wildly unsafe thing. Michelle Pfeiffer really did do that stunt, and that is a stunt driver on that motorcycle. And I read some quotes from him saying that she was fun and a delight, 100% on board, wanted to do the stunt. When she flips around and gets in front of him, and that's real. They really did that. He said she was into it and wanted to do it, and it was so fun. And I was like, oh, I love that.
You can tell that in that shot, they're smart, and you can see her face. That's why I was like, okay, wait a minute. I have a bone to pick with her not wearing a helmet. That's clearly her climbing around on him.
Yeah. And then, of course, her and Michael having that kiss, I was like, oh, here we go. It's like, she's going to have it bad for him now. So they get back to the gas station just as Michael's about to say who he is and reveal himself. The T-bones roll up.
Oh, God.
So Johnny gets immediately jealous. And
I love what he says. No chick of mine is going to mess with any creep but me. What? It's funny. And I love how you have the inclusion of the character of Paulette getting rightfully pissed off. Wait a minute. What do you mean she's your chick? Hold on. Maybe this whole all the pink ladies belong to all the T-Birds thing is kind of bullshit, because me and you have a thing. Leave her alone. She should be able to do whatever she wants. Like,
Yep. Pisses off Paulette, annoys Stephanie, just looks like a goof. But I do like that Paulette, when she's storming away, she's wearing that clearly Marilyn Monroe-ish type skirt and steps on the
air compressor. Her skirt flies up.
Yes. I was like, oh my God, that tracks.
I love that, because it's like she was going for the whole Marilyn thing. When that happens, she's like, I don't have time for this shit. Little Miss Paulette is trying to own her shit. I love it. She's not going to take it from Johnny. And he's like, if I see that guy around again, he's going to be dead. DED.
So then after they get dumped by the chicks here, the T-Birds decide they're going to try to go get them some tail. So
some guaranteed action.
The least favorite song of mine in the entire movie is the T-Bird song Prowlin', which we get the first version of it here. And it is the T-Birds all singing it, written by Dominic Bugatti, Frank Musker, and Christopher Famous. So some of the people who write some of these other songs wrote this one too, but it just doesn't save it for me. It's the least fun song, I guess I should say.
Looking at it as a grown adult, I appreciate it for what it is. There is definitely a humor and a tongue-in-cheekness to this song, because when he starts talking about, you only made it to second base, I'm going to take you where we're guaranteed a home run. We need to score. We need some action. And you're like, oh, that's really gross. They're going to sing about, like, where are they going? Down to the grocery store. They're supposed to be teenagers. They actually don't know what the fuck they're doing. So, of course, when he's talking about, let's go find some guaranteed action, he's talking about all the lonely stay-at-home moms who are shopping at the grocery store and the cashiers. It kind of goes sideways. It takes a direction you weren't expecting, and it makes me giggle. Like, oh man, are they fucking dumb? They really think that. I just picture them walking up and down the produce section trying to find women to hit on and not knowing what to say to people, because they're a bunch of fucking stupid teenagers. It's actually really funny. And I think his and all of their singing voices save the moment, because you muscle through listening to the song, because they all have very pleasant singing voices.
Okay. So then we cut now to some more fun with Miss Mason's English class, I guess, which is weird because apparently she also teaches music appreciation. She also teaches the drama club.
She's
all
everywhere.
over the place. She's handing out the grades of everybody's papers. So Michael offers to help Stephanie, who didn't do well on her paper, to rewrite her Shakespeare paper. She says, oh, I'll think about it. And what strikes me about her here finally is, I don't know if it's a choice or if it was the way young Michelle Pfeiffer just was, but her body language and the way she carries herself and the way she almost seems tomboyish and too cool for school a lot of the time works for me.
Totally. There was a moment in the opening of the movie right after that first song where she walked into school. It's the first day. She's wearing pants. No other female is. Someone remarks on it and she runs back to her locker and puts on a skirt. She was conforming. Since that day, she's been wearing pants in every scene. She even, when Johnny got in her face and told her, you know, no chick of mine, blah, 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 she starts wearing her jacket inside out. It's black, like a T-bird jacket. She's just bucking against what all these bullshit rules are saying. You can see that. I love this conversation between her and Michael here because you're seeing him, and credit to Maxwell Caulfield. He's not a great singer. He could have been helped by some auto-tune in this film, but he's a wonderful actor and he's great looking. You can see a change in him in this little interaction between them. He looks more cocky,
Confident.
more confident, because he's like, bitch, you kissed me. you couldn't wait to drive my motorcycle. You can see that on his face, this little interaction with them. And it's like, oh, they're becoming people who are ready for each other. It's really cute.
That's exactly what it is.
Mhm.
You're so right. So then we cut to the diner where the two of them are having a cute interaction at the table. He's helping her with her paper, and they're ordering. It's so cute. She's ordering the burger and she wants ketchup, and they keep talking back and forth. What are we talking about now? Are you talking about
Mr.
the
Right.
motorcycle guy?
Yeah.
Or Shakespeare? Like, it's the cutest little scene with them. And I would have never picked up that they didn't get along because it's so
Right.
cute.
Yeah, it's adorable. The dialogue's well written, the back and forth between the two of them. Mr. Right, right. Yeah. You know what the problem is? What? No ketchup. What? What about Shakespeare? Incest. What? Mr. Right? What? Like, it's really cute. They play it very well. They have good chemistry. You would never know.
So then later, we we get a terrible motorcycle steady cam shot of Johnny and Goose side by side.
They're not even trying. They're clearly like 10 feet off the ground.
So they pull up to the diner and Stephanie and Michael are talking outside. Stephanie tells Michael, I can't date you. Johnny comes up after Michael leaves and tells Stephanie that he is now declaring they are officially broken up.
Oh, really? Thanks.
That's her response. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay. So later at school now, the cafeteria is in complete chaos, loud, pushy, all the noise. And then we hone in on Michael in his head. Now, I guess he's hearing this and singing this song, Charade or Charades. Louis St. Louis, Michael Gibson, who also did the orchestral work on the film Grease. And it is sung by Maxwell Caulfield, who, like you said, doesn't have the best voice in the world, but it's okay for this song.
Yeah, boy, a little auto-tune would have fixed that right up. He can't quite hit and carry a note, let alone a tune. But I find myself still muscling through this scene anyway, because it's a really well-written song and it says a lot. The lyrics say a lot about what he is thinking and what he is going through. And I love the points they're trying to make with his character. You know, like everyone is putting on a charade. Everyone's trying to fit some mold. Everyone's trying to fit some archetype. I'm tired of that. I'm not two separate people. I can be all these things. I just want people to see me for who I like. That's a lot. And a lot of teenagers can relate to that. A lot of grown adults can relate to that. It's a really cool song lyrically.
So I'm going to ask you, and then listeners, if you've seen this movie and know the song, everybody, and you, Nick, go back and picture the moment, picture the song, and picture him walking. Picture the shots of Stephanie flipping her pink lady jacket inside out, deciding who she is going to be, and him deciding who he's going to be. And think about the pirate movie. Think about the song when he's walking and singing all alone to the candles and she's singing. It's the same, like I was so in the same place.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, it's right out of the pirate movie.
Yeah, it's a very similar moment emotionally and in the plot, and musically it's a similar moment, although you know they at least enlisted a bonus singer to help Christopher Atkin out. They could have done something to help Maxwell Caulfield out here. He doesn't deserve to get dogged as hard as he does by them leaving his unfiltered vocal performance the way that it is. They could have done him better.
I'll tell you what, though, as far as being dogged, I don't like him like as a person because he's gone on to complain about how this movie ruined his career. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. She went right on to motion pictures and you went right into television hell with the Dynasty and the Colbys and all that. That is not anybody's fault but your own.
Right. Say no more, Mona Moore. Say no more. Calm down. This movie
serious?
this movie didn't ruin his career. This movie did hurt his ability to say, I know how to sing. Like, you've been called out on that, sir. Just stop.
So now we cut to Friday night outside the talent show because the mystery man biker told Stephanie, I'll meet you Friday night out front at the talent show, which caught her off guard because she's like, how does he know about our talent show? So she's out there waiting. She gets greeted by mystery man Michael, and he gets chased off by the T-Birds. And did you not die laughing when you see Lil Davy in Goose's sidecar on his motorcycle?
Right.
What is
Lil Davy needs training wheels, doesn't he? He can't even drive his own motorcycle. So funny.
sidecar? So they chase Michael. Stephanie, when the pink lady car rolls up, jumps in and commandeers them. She's like, let's go. And they make chase. Everyone's chasing Michael now. He goes through these barricades and jumps over a dirt pile, apparently like a construction site, and goes off a cliff of some kind.
Dead man's curve. And they're like, well, I thought he would have stopped. I thought he would have slowed down. It's very Lost Boys.
Yeah, he vanishes into thin air because they don't see him down there when they roll up. It's very Lost Boys, yes. Without the fog and the fangs. So the T-Birds and Pink Ladies and Stephanie all run to the edge, yeah, and they're like, where did he go? And one of them goes, maybe he's in biker heaven.
Right? Yeah.
But then you hear Goose or somebody say, well, I don't see a body. And it's like, then where the fuck did he go?
Well, they're like, he couldn't have made that jump. That's like 100 feet. Like, and then Johnny's like, oh, I could have made that jump. And they're like, no, you couldn't. Nobody can. Like, clearly there's somewhere that he could have landed if he's really Evel Knievel. So, okay.
So now cut to back at school, backstage at the talent show. Paulette puts her foot down with Johnny when he tries to tell her the costume she has on for her number is way too revealing.
I fucking love this. This is one of my absolute favorite moments in any movie musical of all time. I fucking love her telling him, fuck you. I'm into you. Get over yourself. I get to look however I want to look. It has nothing to do with you or whether I'm faithful to you. And you don't get to tell me what I can and can't wear. Like, oh yeah, bitch. She is so over his shit. And it will not make her dump him. She's like, I will still be into you if you will calm down and do things my way. But it's my way or the highway, buddy. I'm wearing this outfit. I love that. Oh.
I love how he throws like a boa and like a top hat.
Yeah, put this on and be winter. Put on some galoshes. What? Fuck you. And then they get tossed out into the performance that's happening. This idiot in the green suit singing, and he's down on his knees and he starts grabbing Johnny's leg, and then he grabs Miss McGee, and you're like, what the fuck? This talent show is terrible. It's terrible.
Off the charts. So then the T-Birds come across their singing competition in the gym showers. Those Letterman sweater guys that are Miss Mason's boys, ties them up, thinking that that's going to secure them the win somehow.
Well, if they take them out, because they're very similar act, take them out and put on those coats because they got nothing to wear. Done deal. There you go. We just sealed the deal. And while they're at it, Martin Meisner and his red hot accordion are on the stage. What?
Yeah.
What the actual fuck?
And then Principal McGee comes out and introduces the next act.
T-Bones. The T-Bones. The way she says it. Oh my God.
That's exactly right.
Oh, fuck.
So then luckily we only get a few final notes. They do their number Prowlin again for the talent show. Then she intros the Pink Ladies as the Calendar Girls and their song, A Girl for All Seasons. So this one is sung by the female cast, written by Frank Musker and Dominic Buscatti once again. I wanted this to be in my life somehow. I was like, this is what every talent show needs, is a production number like this. How fun is this?
Yeah, it is so adorable and so fun. Their costumes are adorable. They also look somewhat homemade. It looks like they really could have put this together. A bunch of girls going, we're going to be the hit of the damn talent show, y'all. Like, check us out. Aren't we fucking fabulous? Like, it's so cute. The song is so cute. The lyrics are adorable. You're finally seeing the whole thing the way that it's meant to look. And I love the moment where Paulette comes out and she's in her little, like, she's June, she's the bride, and she's got the little lingerie on. And it's not really necessary, but they show Johnny standing there and he sees her and he just gets this huge smile on his face, like he's so proud of her. And it's like, yes, thank you for that moment. Thank you so much. I needed that. And then cut to Eugene hanging above the stage, ready to drop leaves and snow. And he looks like he's living his best life, getting included in this.
And then you got DiMucci and Davy They're the ones up opening the doors for each season.
And they have to keep running off and changing.
Changing. Oh my God, it's so great. And I thought to myself, as much as I was loving this, I was like, I don't remember any high school show ever being this elaborate. Like, good for them.
Right. Yeah. Good job.
So then when it gets to Stephanie's solo, she's December and she's dressed like a Christmas tree, which I love. She goes off script and starts going into a daze and daydreaming of her mystery biker having gone to biker heaven.
The whole biker heaven thing makes me laugh.
And she starts singing the song, Love Will Turn Back the Hands of Time. And that's Louis St. Louis, Howard Greenfield. And then, of course, Maxwell Caulfield, Michelle Pfeiffer doing their own singing. And this song to me, first of all, in the dream sequence, she looks like a freaking goddess, like literally. They have her like in a toga dress.
Greek
like
goddess.
Yeah.
Vibes. Yeah.
My God. And he looks so sexy up on that mountain of bikes.
Right.
And he's all, remember, I love you. And I'm just like, I love you too.
Right. It's a really adorable moment because it's what she's imagining. It's not reality. So they're able to get away with just about anything they want in this moment. Because it's just, this poor girl really thinks he might be dead. And this is what she's processing in her head. So they can kind of go way off the rails with what they're going to do here. The whole biker heaven thing. And the stuff he's saying is all schmaltzy and silly. Like he wouldn't really, she's just imagining all of it. But you're
Right.
at the end of it, you're like, oh my God, yes, queen, you win the whole talent show.
Well, yeah, it's weird because at the end of this number, she's still in a daze and she gets up and she finishes singing this off-script song and she gets a standing O from everybody.
Yeah.
And then Miss McGee comes out and awards Johnny and Stephanie the prize.
Because they have male and female winners because it's the 60s. That's
they're
cool.
also the king and the queen of the luau that is happening the next day. But I thought, how funny, when she hands them the prize, they had intended on splitting it, I guess, because they both get an envelope that says Dave's Discount Records. They couldn't even get like brand new stuff.
Nope. They're each going to get 50 discount long playing albumins.
It's so bad. It's like this
Each
is
of
what
them.
is what they all wanted so bad. Okay. So then we cut to the Lani Kewani Luau the next day. And I'll tell you what, this song, this moment starts and I am all in. It is Rockahula Luau, Summer Is Coming by Dominic Bugatti and Frank Musker. And it's the entire cast singing. When they pull away, you can see it's on the football field, but they've got this big above ground pool in the middle and it's daytime still, so unlit, but tiki torches all around. Tiki huts. Everyone's got grass skirts and leis and I wanted to be there.
Right? If you are familiar with the original, you know, you get the slam bang finish of them having this giant carnival. So what are they going to do along those lines? Well, here you go. I love that they did their own thing, but they're still giving you this big moment. Like this is obviously a tradition of what we do here at Rydell is at the end of the year, they get this giant themed party on the football field. I fucking love it. It's very different. And this is a very different song from what you're getting musically at the end of the original Grease, but it's still so fun. You just start dancing around and tapping your feet. You can't help yourself. It's so cute.
And the choreography.
All the, like I was saying all along, every person who was involved and was an extra or part of the, you know, the main cast of students that are nameless and mindless, but they're still around. Kudos to all of them. They are all in it like they're in a Broadway show. It's so good. The production value is fantastic. I want to go to this luau.
My favorite thing in this whole scene is so silly. It'll make you laugh. We get a shot randomly of this bicycle driven rickshaw situation where Coach Calhoun is pedaling on the bike and he's pulling Miss McGee and Blanche is holding a dog with a little leg.
What?
Where has this dog been the entire movie? This is the cast member I care about.
There is some sort of Blanche has a dog subplot that you are missing in your life. You need it.
I need it. But that happens and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I want to be here.
And then the transition from day to night with all the bonfires and then the tikis are lit and the whole that they're out on the pool and the raft. This looks like the most fun party.
So I love this. Yes, the transition from day to night is a shot of these, they're, I don't know, coconuts with like grass on them and they make noise like maracas, sort of, but not.
Yeah.
Like, what are those?
I don't know. I'm sure there's some sort of correct term for them. Yeah.
Okay, but
But
so
yes, I
these
know what you're
things,
talking about. The way
and
you zoom in and then zoom out. Yeah.
yeah, they zoom in on them, so the full screen is, and then it's Miss Mason and Mr. Stewart are gonna probably catch a secret smooch behind them.
Ooh.
It's so cute, and then it opens up and you're back up and it's night. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, this was funny too. Yeah, Miss Mason and Mr. Stewart are in a boat in the pool, and then suddenly it's night and they're not in a boat in the pool anymore. Like suddenly they use them for the transition. I was like, where'd they go? Back behind a tiki to make out, I guess.
That's right.
So then the king and queen of the luau, Johnny and Stephanie, are put into the pool on this floating throne of sorts, which is super cool.
Right?
They start to argue and get into it because he's smoking. This makes me laugh so much. He's trying to be cool and it falls out of his mouth and he's like freaking out.
Because he's like covered in straw. His outfit, the crown thing, he's got this cape thing, like everything's grass and straw and wood. And she's like, are you fucking like, put that out? Like, why are you smoking a cigarette? This is the one place you don't want to smoke a cigarette. Oh my God.
Right?
He's like, it's a luau with the cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Like, I'm having a good time. Like, now I'm going to catch myself on fire. Oh my God. And then they welcome back poor Mr. Spears once again from his third mental breakdown, and he just walks right into the pool. He just face underwater, just walks right into the water. At some point in here, it just randomly happens. And it's like,
Yes.
that was so unnecessary, but that makes me laugh really hard every time. When he just walks into the water, he just gave up. He's completely given up.
It's airplane humor to me.
Yeah, it's so funny.
So then, okay, so as Johnny and Stephanie are arguing, we see the Scorpions show up on their bikes, and they're just demolishing and destroying everything, just wreaking complete havoc.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mystery Man Michael shows up out of nowhere, jumps up on top of this hut and yells at Balmudo. Then he leaps off the roof in this glorious manner and finds his bike somewhere. And I really I have to mention this because it just made me laugh so hard. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but everybody is surprised who thought he was dead to see him, Michael. And Stephanie has this look on her face, like shock and awe, but admiration and love. She's so excited to see him, but she's stunned and in awe of him. And then they cut to Johnny and he has the same expression on his
Right.
face.
Thank you, Adrian Smed, who clearly got the memo and understood where the comedy is in this character and in this movie. So fucking funny. There have been so many moments I could have gone on and on just talking about him and the other T-Birds' performance. Their faces, their little quips that they make, the exchanges they have behind him when he's talking. It's comedy gold. It's so funny. He is amazing. He should have won something for this, in my opinion. Fight me if you disagree. He is brilliant.
So mass chaos here ensues as Michael's getting chased and chasing the Scorpions. And what cracks me up is he leaps over this pool, Evel Knievel style, but then two of the Scorpions on their bikes individually go right into the pool, which is like, I don't know, 5 feet high.
Right. Right.
And then they all just give up. When that happens, they're all like, okay, never mind. I guess we can't chase him anymore because two of us went in the pool.
You know what? Michael's a really smart guy. We've established that. He's probably good at science. He's probably good with math. Being able to jump, think about how much that motorcycle weighs. Being able to jump it, to launch it in the air requires some geometry, some physics, some planning ahead. You have to know how to get something that heavy off the ground, sir. Michael's smart and he practiced it and figured it out. These fools have no fucking clue what they're doing. So it makes sense. You would try to do it. You would get about 6 inches off the ground and fall.
Yeah.
Ha. Win one for the nerds. Michael being a nerd is what makes him able to do this shit on a motorcycle. Nobody else can do it.
So Michael now removes his glasses and helmet since the threat has been neutralized by the pool.
Mhm.
And Stephanie realizes who he is and everyone gathers around. Johnny gives Michael, after a minute, a T-Bird jacket and they welcome him to the gang. And I'm like, you're graduating like in 2 days. Like what? Okay.
It's all ceremonial. It's all honorary. None of this.
It has to be.
Are they actually all still going to be sitting around in this same town and be friends? Maybe. If so, they're about to have a really fun summer.
There you go.
That's what I'm thinking. And
Okay.
they like him. They were impressed by him. He was doing their homework. He got to know them. He was sneaky about it, but he did. They like the guy. They want him in. Like, give me a break. And I love the little moment between Johnny and Paulette when he's asking for the jacket and he throws it and then he looks at her like, oh, I'm sorry. And she hands it to him like, okay. I forgive you. It's all right. Like the whole exchange is really cute.
You can see what their dynamic is going to be, and
Yeah.
it's totally going to work.
Yeah. And you can see that these guys respect the hell out of Michael. And he's like, yeah, I have friends. And like the whole thing, it's like, this feels really, really happy and nice and natural. It doesn't feel contrived the way some of the shit in Grease did.
And then you get the really cute little button on this where Michael and Stephanie kiss, but not until Dolores has to let Michael down easy.
Mhm.
She's gonna be dating little Davy now.
Yeah, she's got a new man on her hands.
How cute is that, right?
This is sidecar riding Davy, so he's probably just her speed. This is
Exactly.
adorable.
So then Stephanie and Michael begin singing the end song of the film, We'll Be Together, and it's the entire cast. This is Bob Morrison and Johnny McRae, who Bob Morrison wrote for Kenny Rogers and lots of movie soundtracks. Johnny McRae, Ray Charles, Reba McEntire, his list is huge. Strong creds on the music once again.
And you can hear it. This is a beautiful little song. Every character gets their little moment to kind of shine a little, and they're buttoning up every couple and every character's story, and it's really sweet. And the song itself, it just progresses and it's sweeping and building. It's a really great song. It's a great way to end a musical.
The only thing I didn't like was after you get all this good wrap up, they decide to fade into everybody doing this weird lineup and spinning for the camera and stuff. And they fade and cut to all the seniors jumping, and they do like a shot and then it freezes and goes into like a yearbook photo. And we end up stacking the screen both sides where it looks like a big page out of a yearbook. Then they all have their cap and gowns and we see them graduating and they throw their caps into the air. And then the credits are freeze frames of photos, and it's yearbook and people writing in the yearbooks all is on the screen, which is kind of cool, but it just all seemed really muddled to me too. Like a lot happened in the end that I didn't need. I just wanted like a fade to black, basically.
They wanted to end it in the very same fashion and style as the original so that you walk out with the same feels. It maybe was a little heavy-handed trying to capture some nostalgia from the original movie.
There you go.
I think if this movie hadn't been Grease and it had stood alone, they could have done away with that part of it. And I think it would have been more well received.
So then I'm paying attention though, at movie miss here, eagle eye. During all these shots, the song transitions to Back to School again, which was the opening number. And all the credits all the way to the end is yearbook photos. And there was some shots of everybody that weren't used in the movie. And one of them had the dog.
And you're like, God damn it, I knew it.
And then there's a really cute picture of the Daydream in Biker Heaven. And I was like, oh, they cut that out. There's,
Right.
Some cute photos. But yeah, and then it goes all the way to the end of movie, the end. So that 115 minutes flies by.
Absolutely. I enjoyed rewatching this. I probably watched this movie 2 or 3 times a year since I've owned it, which is in my early 20s. I bought it. So yeah, I adore this movie. I have seen this movie more times than I've seen the film version of Grease. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Grease. I love the stage production 1,000 times better than I like that movie. I have bones to pick with the way it was translated into a movie. This movie has the ability to stand completely on its own and have nothing to be compared to. I think that's why I love it better than I love the film of Grease.
So talking about that, you just segue us perfectly into 3 questions.
I tend to do that.
You really do. So question 1.
Yes.
Talking about the other iterations of Grease, the movie, the Broadway show, and then there was the live TV version with one of your faves, Miss Julianne Hough. I want to know, what did you think about those as far as, because we're not going to really talk about Grease. What's your favorite version of the Grease world?
I've seen the original Grease put on as a Broadway caliber stage musical, and I love it. It's highly enjoyable. The music is fun. It's cute. The movie version, there's a lot of bones to pick, that things I don't like, I don't like the changes they made. I don't agree with some of their casting, etc. That live on TV version, I adored most of it because they kept almost everything that you get in a live stage show. I think most of the actors were more well cast than in that original movie version. I thought Julianne Hough, you couldn't imagine a better Sandy. I thought you had bones to pick about the way her voice suited the music in Rock of Ages. Is she not well suited to this angelic, lofty vocal of Sandy. I thought she was really well cast as this little uppity hoity-toity girl, right?
I
Prissy,
loved
prim and
her as
proper.
Sandy.
Yeah,
I loved
thought
her.
it's brilliant casting. A lot of that cast was really phenomenal, particularly Vanessa Hudgens as Rizzo.
Yes.
Mind-blowingly great. So I appreciated that version. It kept more of the fun and feel of seeing it live. My favorite is seeing Grease live on a stage. Period. End of story. It's a fantastic musical.
Okay.
But this movie, Grease 2, I hold in a completely different category. I don't even consider it with Grease. We've been referencing Grease a lot just because I think that's why so many people have an issue with this movie. You can't help but tie it and want to connect it and talk about it and compare it to Grease. To me, they're two totally separate things.
Yes, I think the only way to really appreciate this movie is to disregard the don't compare it to Grease at all.
Right.
And take it on its own. And how can you not love it? Seriously, especially the caliber of people that are behind the production of this film.
Mm-hmm.
So then also, wouldn't you have loved, and you already mentioned this earlier and I was cracking up when you said it because I was like, oh shit, that's in my 3 questions. Wouldn't you have loved more Rydell's stories, especially Lil Dolores leading the Pink Ladies 4 years later?
I'm telling you, I think we could have handled Lil Dolores coming into her own, and Pamela Segal is a fucking firecracker. She is a powerhouse of a little woman. I adore her. Would have been really fun, and it would have been fun to see them push the feminism and the role reversal further by having her say, fuck the pink, fuck the T-birds. I want a leather jacket and a motorcycle, and actually I'm a lesbian. Like, that would have been fucking stellar. Like, give it to me. Just take the world and push it even further. Would have been fun. A complete trilogy, a whole arc from the, the awful stereotypes and sexism of the first story to putting it into that would have been great. But it's been way too long. I don't think it needs to be done.
So question 2, going back to the talent show and the senior celebration, let's go back to your high school years. Is there anything that even remotely compares to anything like this?
So rather than the big talent show, our school my class I think my class was the first class to do it at my high school, Prairie High School. We put on the Mr. Prairie pageant. Not girls, guys who wanted their moment to shine were competing for a crown and a sash. Mr. Prairie.
Did Screech show up?
It was awesome. I was involved. It was hilarious. Yeah, we were inspired by that. Actually, that was part of Isn't He Lovely? Isn't he a pearl? Yes, that was part of it. It was fun. It was progressive. This was in the late 90s. I was part of putting it together, part of the stage production, the set design and stuff. And I recruited a lot of guys I knew to do it. My ex-boyfriend won the damn thing. It was fun. So that was cool. And doing that in lieu of a talent show was really fun because it just kind of flipped the whole thing on its head. You didn't have any girls out there strutting around trying to be professional Laker girls and shit. It was all the focus on the dudes, which was just glorious.
Did you have the bikini category or evening
We
wear?
had a guy who came out in swimming trunks to do a bathing suit portion because there wasn't a bathing suit portion and he felt there should be. And he had the swimmies on and the nose plug and the sunblock. Like they ran with it and they were funny. It's a moment I never forgot. It was really amusing. It was such a fun thing that we did, was to do that instead of a whole talent show thing. I loved it.
That's great. What about senior celebrations? Did your school have a tradition of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, there was definitely like you're either going to the whole grad night, lock-in, whatever the school approved activity was, or you were one of the kids that was going to go off to somebody's house party. Like it was one or the other.
I can't hardly wait.
Exactly. A big raging house party out in the middle of nowhere or the official grad night activity. Yeah.
Okay.
And the official grad night activity is what all the geeks whose parents kept eagle eyes on them were doing. Nobody other than that was doing it. There was probably 20 kids there. I don't know. I wasn't there. You can guess what I did.
You went to the out in the cornfields like Freddy versus Jason, had a rave. So my high school, we didn't have any memorable shows, talent shows, productions, only our yearly musical, which most high schools who put them on, that's the big production that gets all the money and all that everyone invested. That was our big thing. And as far as, and they weren't, anything, we didn't do Grease, which surprised a lot of people because a lot of schools always put on Grease. But we had some fun productions, and I was usually involved as a stage manager or an understudy or something. But the senior things, we discussed on another episode. We did do grad night where we went to Disneyland and that sort of thing, but never once Did we go out on the football field and dress the field up like a carnival or a luau? And because Grease 2 came out in 82, so I saw it when I was like just starting high school, a couple years later, and I wanted that. I was petitioning for that. I was like talking to people that I knew on student council. I'm like, why can't we get a big luau or something?
I want the Lonnie K. Wani luau. Yes.
So
Oh, wow.
question 3, 10 years later, around 1971-ish, where are they? I've got a couple of the couples here. Where are Stephanie and Michael 10 years later?
I think they are still together. They probably just got married because they took their sweet time, because they've probably broken up and gotten back together 200 times the last 10 years. I think they now own and run their own motorcycle repair shop.
She's got the experience.
Damn right. She's as handy with the tools as he is. Yeah.
All right. What about Johnny and Paulette?
Oh God, no. I hope they got really far away from each other. They're toxic. They're not a great pair. I think they both learned a little something from each other. He probably ended up doing some hard time. There was a misunderstanding. And he was probably in the clink for assaulting Balmuto at some point, but really he was just trying to fight off a swarm of bees and accidentally swung around and hit the guy in the face. And hopefully she went and did something fabulous with her damn self, because she realized her worth and her value. Yeah.
All
Get
right,
away from each other.
So we didn't get a whole lot with their relationships, but what do you think about Goose and Rhonda and DiMucci and Sharon? Where did they wind up?
I think Goose and DiMucci are both like twice divorced and paying child support out the ass, and they are living together because they can't afford to live on their own anymore. That's what I think. The two of them, probably a couple of sad sacks at this point.
They're like the odd couple.
Oh yeah, they're ridiculous.
They are Lenny and Squiggy.
There you go. Perfect.
So does that make Rhonda and Sharon, Laverne and Shirley?
I think they were both smart cookies. They probably dumped their asses and went on to college. All of this happened that they have nothing. They're on to bigger and better things. They have nothing to do with any of it.
Sharon did want to hook herself a president, a Kennedy.
There you go. I think she realized she needed to go like law school or some shit in order to do that. So. And
then finally, I just want to know, Lil Davy and Dolores.
Oh, I think they're probably, yeah. So 10 years later, she would have been like 24, 25-ish. So they're probably still going real strong. They graduated being the coolest kids in school.
So they stayed together all through high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she stayed with them. And I think that's true love, which is adorable, because sometimes it's where you least expect it.
I love it. All right, everyone, that is going to wrap up our discussion on Grease 2. If you're interested in checking it out, it is currently pay streaming on Amazon Prime, Hulu, or Stars through your local cable provider. You can also catch the original film Grease and Grease Live with Julianne Hough pay streaming on Amazon Prime if you're interested in those as well. Miss Nikki Flicks, I want to thank you for joining me on this film today.
Oh yes, it was a lot of fun. I love this movie.
I just want to go have put on a grass skirt and have a pina colada.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a luau.
Let's have a luau.
Let's go.
All right, everyone. We want to thank you all for listening. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Where does the pollen go?
I mean, first of all, you shouldn't touch a classic with other people. Michelle was fabulous, and I found this new actor who auditioned in my living room, sang, danced, went to the studio, met the director, and, he's too short to be in the movies, or to be a movie star, Tom Cruise. So, that's life's little adventures, so it could have been Tom Cruise and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Hey listeners, Movie Miss here. Listen, I know you have a lot of options when it comes to podcasts, so thank you for listening to the show. I know everybody says this, but for a fledgling little show like ours that's just hanging on, we just finished season 4, we're rolling into season 5, it would really help us if you could subscribe, rate, and review the show on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Good Pods. We're also on Pandora, Audible, Amazon Music. It would really help us grow the show and reach more people if you could subscribe and then rate and review, which is really the key part of it. Make sure to be part of our Bad Movie conversation by following us on social media. Interact with me on social media. I'm on Instagram at Movie Miss, which is movie_miss. The show is on Instagram at Let's Talk Turkeys. Also on Blue Sky at Let's Talk Turkeys and Facebook. We're on X. I'm honestly not sure how much longer I'm going to have the show on there, but currently the handle is at Gobble Podcast. Get it? Gobble, 'cause like a turkey. You can also chat with like-minded bad movie lovers in our Facebook discussion group. And like I mentioned, we're rolling into season 5. It is 2025. The show, it's been a wild ride, still going strong. So if you have a movie that you would like to hear covered on the show, let me know by emailing direct at letstalkturkeys, all one word, at yahoo.com. Also, hit me up on socials if you want to be a guest on the show. Always looking for guests. I can assign you a movie, something we think is fun, or you can bring a movie that you think is a bad movie if it has a low Rotten Tomatoes score, or you just really don't like the movie but you like to talk about it. That's half the fun, I think. Again, this goes without saying, but I'm going to say it. Without you, the show wouldn't still be kicking around. So thank you so much for hanging in there with us.
I'll be back.
Get the fuck out of here! Now I cannot.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Why don't you get the fuck out of here? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.